Napay nagsakay ning motor ba? Hey Dran, nagsakay pa ning motor si Dran. Okay. Ay, okay, sige Dran. If you can recall,
Hello, sir.
what are the different levels of organization that is the concern of anatomy and physiology from the simplest to the most complex?
So the levels of organization po, sir, is first we have this atomic level,
Okay?
second the cellular level, the third is the organ level, the fourth is the organ system level, and last is I organ, I tissue, did it, sir, cell
Mm,
level, tissue
okay.
level,
Sige.
organ level, and organ system level, and lastly is the organism level.
Okay, thank you so much, Dran. No, so let's have another question. No, so the next question is uh what is can somebody define no uh anatomy and physiology? Sige, just define. Just give me the definition. Sige, let's have CJ. Kakaunan gitu mo si ano si si Tess. Sige, sige. Sige, CJ.
Okay, to define what is anatomy is, in simpler terms, anatomy is study the structure of the body while the physiology is the
Okay.
function of the body.
All right. So very simple definition. Thank you so much for that one, no. Sige, French, basta nakay gusto i-add or nakay gusto maybe you want to expound? Sige.
So expounding the definitions of anatomy and physiology, these two definitions are always inseparable. Kay
Okay.
kuan sa while katong sa crash course nga katong the complementary of structure and function, which basically kuan pod sa anatomy, which is the anatomy studies structure while physiology studies function.
Okay, thank you so much, French, no, and CJ. Very good, very good definitions, and also, it's also good that French was also able to connect, no, the complementarity of form and function of living organisms. But here, of course, our focus is on the human anatomy and physiology. No, now this time, let's have the next question. No, as part lang sa atong recalling sa atong lessons. So next, let's have this question. Can somebody give me at least four upat lang dagan man kay to uh ano dagan man kayo to ang na-mention nako nga ano uh necessary life functions. Can somebody tell me at least or can somebody share to me at least four, no? Can somebody tell me at least four necessary life functions of human beings? Sige, let's have Tessa and then maybe later si ano dayon. So let's have Christine. Sige, let's have first Tessa.
Okay, sir. For to, sir, no?
Four lang sa imong
Ay,
ma-recall.
okay, sir. Ang kuan, sir, necessary life functions, sir, are movement,
Okay?
responsiveness, digestion, and metabolism, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much Tessa. Let's have Christine this time. Maybe napay maad si Christine. Dagan-dagan man to.
Yes, sir.
Ah,
Also is excretion,
okay.
growth, reproduction,
Okay.
and maintain boundaries.
Maintaining boundaries. Okay. Dagan-dagan pa to siya about it. Still, thank you so much, Christine and Tessa, no? So, these are, of course, no, sa inyong na-mention, these are the most important or essential life functions, no? Yeah, because this is what distinguishes living organisms from non-living entities, no? And to be more specific, it is the one that is performed, or this is these are the things that are done by living organisms. So without you even knowing it, no, maski dili mo conscious, no, you don't have to think about it, about this, no, all the time. You are you are actually breathing at this moment. You are actually metabolizing. You are digesting your food, no. You are metabolizing at this moment, but you don't need to think about it because it's the work of your different organs, no? So muna lang trabaho sa iyong mga tissues and organs in order for you to function normally. Okay? So, well, of course, that's what life is, no? That's how life works. And basically, when we talk about how life works, that is the concern of physiology, no? So, na-mention naman ni French Agania and CJ nga, of course, when we talk about anatomy, it's the study of the structures of the human body. And when we talk about physiology, it's the study of function. No? So when we talk about anatomy, it's just simply answers the question what, no? What? And then when we talk about physiology, it answers the questions how and why. Okay? So muna ang sa tuwang anatomy and physiology nga definitions. Now this time, um somebody name at least three organ systems and give their general function in the body? At least three, and then give their general function. Let's have first Jessil, and then let's have Fedis. It may be maka-add po later si Tessa. Let's have first Jessil.
Hi sir. First is integumentary. Ang integumentary sir kay ga-synthesize siya og vitamin D tapos
Okay.
ga-form siya the external body of or
Mm-hmm.
body covering tapos sunod ayon kay skeletal which is gaano siya protect siya sa and support siya sa body organs o ga-provide po siya sa muscle attachment for
Okay.
movement tapos ikatulod din sir kay ang muscular ga-allow siya og locomotion or ga-maintain po siya pressure po, sir.
All right. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much,
po.
Jessil. It's very good. Now this time let's have Fedis.
So, answer first is na ay nervous system. It
Mm-hmm.
activates muscles and glands sa atong body.
Mm-hmm.
Next is the endocrine system. It secretes regulatory hormones, growth as well. And then the cardiovascular, sir, it transports materials in body via blood pumped by heart.
All right, thank you so much, Fedis. Now, napatay lima na wala pa na mention, no? So, maybe others can also share their what they recall, no? Or maybe ang uban sila nag-take notes. Sige, let's have Lera, and then finally nagpatas tug kamot utro si Tessa, no? So, let's have first Lera. So, let's have the next three organ systems.
So the next organ system is the lymphatic system. So
Mm-hmm.
it picks up a fluid leaked from blood vessels and returns it to the blood, disposes of debris in the lymphatic stream, and it houses the white blood cells involved in immunity.
Mm-hmm.
Next is the respiratory system, which keeps blood constantly supplied with oxygen and it removes carbon dioxide. And the
All
po na
right.
ang gas exchange. And then the digestive system is it breaks down food down into absorbable nutrients that will enter the blood for distribution to body cells.
All right. Thank you so much, Lara. And then let's have the last two. Okay, naka-9 naman ta. Let's have the last two. Tessa was raising her hand earlier. Sige, I would like to acknowledge again Tessa this time.
Okay, sir. So the last two katong mga system, sir, is first is the urinary system, which
Mm-hmm.
eliminates nitrogenous waste and it maintains acid-base balance. And lastly, sir, is the reproductive system, which is co-answer responsible for the production of offspring, sir.
All right. Thank you so much. No. So of course, no. These are basically the 11 systems, though. Namatay 12. No, as what I mentioned, we have the immune system, to which its responsibility is of course to serve as our body's defenses. No. So actually, kani siya nga part, no, kay mabalik ni siya sa inyong microbiology class next year. But to simply put, no, their function is of course to serve as our body's line of defense. So we have the first line of defense and the second line of defense. So we have two types of immunity. So first is the innate immunity. So innate immunity simply means it's the non-specific. So generalized ang iyahang response, no? So whatever foreign body enters any foreign body enters our system, no, it basically responds to any foreign body, but kung mayong tag adaptive immunity, ang kaning adaptive immunity pod is different because its work is to respond specifically to the specific foreign invader, no, that enters your system, no. So mas ano na siya, mas specific siya ang kaning adaptive immunity, no. This time, let's continue. So thank you so much, no. Basically, no, humana ang atoang ano, no, that's the first half of the lesson. Actually, may dili kita specifically madugay today kay we'll just continue with we'll just continue with the homeostasis, no? The definition of homeostasis as well as the types of homeostasis, or the basically the two types of homeostasis. And after that one, we will have the different anatomical terms that we use in the study of and the different terminologies that we use in the study of anatomy and physiology. So let's have the continuation of our lesson, particularly in homeostasis. Sige, let me just share my screen very quickly. Oh, let me know if makita na ang screen. Makita na, class? Can you see the screen now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's have homeostasis this time. Now, we talk about homeostasis. It's the maintenance of a stable internal environment. So, the reason why you are able to function normally is because of homeostasis. So, it's a dynamic state of equilibrium. So, right now, in your normal state of health, it simply means that your body is able to keep balance of everything that is inside you, no? So kanang inyong right body temperature, your right blood pressure, no? Ang normal digestion sa food ninyo nga gikaon earlier sa breakfast, or kung wala pa man nag-breakfast, maybe katong inyong food last night, no? So also your normal body temperature. So all of these are, of course, no, the effort and the integration of the functions of the different organ systems. So ano man gud ang isa man gud sa atong central idea gyud sa anatomy and physiology is the idea that all body systems must work together in order to achieve homeostasis, no. So sa tong gingon sa Miss Universe, no? So we should plant more trees daw to achieve La Nina. Anyway, so much to that one. Ang the idea is that all, kumbaga mo siya kanang ano ba, kumbaga sa isa ka basketball team, all players must work together in order to win the game. So in this case, tanan organ systems kailangan sila mag-work together para ma-make sure nga ma-achieve ang goal sa body, which is ang homeostasis, so that the organism will enjoy the normal healthy life each and every day. So you have your organs to thank for that one. Tanan sila go work together to make sure nga ang body can function normally. Okay? So it must be maintained for normal body functioning to sustain life, no? So pasabot kung naay imbalance sa inyong homeostasis, naay something wrong. Meaning it could be that you are suffering from allergies, you are having a disease, no? So those are possible um reasons why you are not in a homeostatic balance. So basically simply means that you are having an imbalance in terms of your homeostasis. Na ay disturbance. So probably you get a disease. You are that either this disease is microbial, or it could be of, I don't know, other causes, allergens, or it could also be um, worst comes to worst, no, formation of cancer cells. So those are contributory to homeostatic imbalance. Okay, so also, homeostasis keeps our internal environment stable, which is always changing. For example, no, mag-change magyud always on the body. For example, by the time that we eat something, naanay changes may tabo. Kay ang atong body is our digestive system is accommodating food, no? Or by the time that you drink water, no, we are increasing the fluid amount in our body, no? So because of this, no, na mga changes nga kahitabo sa atong body that actually mm, causes a slight imbalance, but even with that, no, our body is able to I don't know, keep up easily, no. Pag na-increase sa blood pressure, no, or na-increase sa water level, na-increase sa amount of food or nutrients, no. So ang goal lang gid ana is to make sure that everything is balanced. Okay? So yes, so that is why it is needed for a normal body function and life. Okay? So basically pag na-imbalance, you are probably suffering from the disease, no. So example, gilantan mo, giubo mo, gisipon, or you are just feeling malay, body malay, or kanang nagluya mo. So malay ang tawag na malay. To spell out, no. It's malay. Oops, wait lang kas ha. Okay, abnormal na pa akong laptop. Wait lang. Wait, nadia sa ano. Okay, sumota siyang spelling, no. Malay, body malay. When say body malay, nagluya imong lawas, no. Isa man na sa mga unang ano, no. Yes, ma'am. Mm. Mm. Okay. Sige, class padunggan naman ko class, no. Or padunggan ako. Okay ra.
Sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, ra, sir.
Ano man good naman every now and then nagasulod nga parents kay they are signing a contracts, no, sa internship sa inyong mga ate ug kuya. So pardon me for certain interruptions, no. Anyway, let's continue. Allow me to share my screen once more. Sige. Okay, can you see the screen now? Kita no ang screen? Everyone, kita na ba?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Naan, sir.
Okay, let's continue. Okay, now basically our body works this way when we talk about homeostasis, no, in keeping our bodies balanced, no. Um nay mechanism nga about itong body. So it our body simply communicates through neural and hormonal control systems. That is why in terms of the body's regulation, ang pinaka-importante nga nay role dire is ang atuang nervous system ug ang atuang endocrine system. So when we talk about nervous system, ang iyang trabaho is of course to send signals, no, throughout the body in response to external stimuli, no. So example, receptor, in this case ang receptor, it responds to changes in the environment. So for example, ang inyong skin ay mga receptor neurons. So ang receptor neurons would respond to the environment. For example, kung kalit lang ni tugnaw ang place, no, your receptor neurons would react to that, no. So mag-send like signal sa brain nga tugnaw tugnaw, no. So muna siya ang ano buhaton ni receptor, it will send information to the control center. So usually kaning control center or kaning usually it's called integrator. So it determines a set point and analyze information. So naggikan sa signal ni skin sa mga new nerves sa skin na nag-send og signal padulong sa brain, nigingon din nga ano tugnaw tugnaw si buhaton, no. So si brain na dayon ang mag-interpret unsay i-response sa body, either mag trigger og goosebumps, no, or it will direct your other body parts, no, like the neurons on the muscles of your arms, no, and even your legs. They need to move para magkuha og habol, no, or just to ano, no, just to keep you warm, no. So it determines the appropriate response mo na ito nga ang result dayon kay magsend na din siya signal padulong sa effector. So it provides a means for response to the stimulus. Okay? So, muna nini, oh. So, receptor, for example, the free nerve ending the skin, and then the integrator or the control center, of course, is the brain, or if not the brain, it could also be the spinal cord, no? So, Muna din ay factor din kay either a muscle or a gland, no? So muna din ang response na dayon. So na stimulus, na response. So ang stimulus usually is anything that is found outside in the outside environment that triggers a response. Uh, for example, ang isa sa example sa stimulus kay food, no? So it could be food, it could be anything basically. In temperature could also be it could be anything which basically, no. So the response to the stimulus leads to change. So the change is fed back to the receptor. So in negative feedback, the response of the system cancels or counteracts the effect of the original stimulus. So in this case, dato na i-discuss ang duha ka feedback. The first one is the negative feedback, which keeps everything in balance. Muna siya ang halos sa tanan nga mga control mechanism sa tong body is negative feedback. So ang purpose sa negative feedback is to return to normal. So na stimulus, like um for example kaning kanang gigutom ka, no. So gigutom ka, your body, your or basically your pancreas will send the hormone glucagon to your liver. Okay, ubos naman ang glucose levels nimo. Pasabot pag ubos ng glucose levels nimo, diyan na din mo signal nga you have to eat, no. So in that case, the pancreas will send the hormone glucagon to the liver, triggering the liver to produce glucose to maintain the glucose levels in your blood. But if it's already too low, yan na din mo signal nga kailangan na magkaon, no? So it shuts off the original stimulus or reduces its intensity. Pasabot, iyaha lang ipabalik sa normal functioning, no? And then it works like a household thermostat. So unsa din trabaho sa thermostat? It keeps the internal temperature of the room. For example, no, pag init kayo, what do we usually do pag init kaayo sa room? Unsa usually ginahod sa tong
Mag-sweat,
body?
sir.
Mag-exhibit og sweating to release the heat inside our body. Thank you so much, Tessa. Okay. What now? Kung tugnaw pug kayo, unsa may response sa tong body kung tugnaw pug kayo? Unsa may usually response sa tong body pag tugnaw kayo? Okay. Anyone? Unsa man?
Mag-init atong lawas, sir. I dili ko sure, sir.
Usually kuan man to keep us warm kay na for example katong gi-mention kagani nga mag-trigger og goosebumps, no, para is no ang atong skin would be dili kay siya maka feel og no, or at least maka-provide siya og at least layer of no, kanang protection against the cold, no. Or pwede pod, no, one of our mo gud, no, in males, in this case ang males, one of our necessary life functions is to produce our sperm cells, no, or which is made in our testicles or our testes, no. In this case, um kailangan man gud og certain temperature ang atuang body. It needs to maintain a certain temperature to make sure that the process of sperm production proceeds. Now, if you notice, pag ang boys mga maligo o kanang tugnaw kaayo, or kanang mulugsong sa swimming pool nga tugnaw kaayo, what happens is that ang reaction sa inyong testicles, what do you think will ano may mahitabo sa testicles sa lalaki kung mulugsong sa tugnaw kay nga tubig? What do you think will happen kung mulugsong sa tugnaw nga tubig? Sa may
Murag
mahitabo sa
mosaka sa
eggs,
sir.
musaka, no, musaka siya, no. Kakatawa lagi si Dulce. Yes, it will ascend, okay? Ano man, it needs to seek a specific temperature to maintain the production of sperm. Muna musaka. Now this time, I will ask Dran this time. Dran, unsa may mahitabo if ang if ang temperature is taas or init.
Ay sir, nag-raise kog hand sir kinaunta ko yung pangutanar
Sige, Dran.
clarification ba.
Sige, Dran, go.
Kanang sir napod ko na notice pod sir ba kanang
Mm.
since na mention man nimo ang tugnaw nga swimming pool naka-remember day ko sir nga few years ago sir naligo mi og kanang sa bukid nun sir ba nya tugnaw
Mm.
kayo nga swimming pool sir nya
Mm.
kanang paglusob na ko sir kanang wala gid ko gikan nag-shower ni diretso ra gid ko kay tungod sa
Oh.
ka-excited bitaw
Mm.
nya
Mm.
kato nga time tiud pa ko nangihi adto tapos paglugsong nila ko sa swimming pool kalita dag feel akong lawas ba nga murag kahion bitaw tungod sa katugnaw unsa may mga relate ra ba gyapon siya ni sa
Mm.
negative
It's
feedback
still
sir.
related. It's still related kay kailangan mon good mag to keep your body in balance, no, ang atoang body mismo kailangan niya ano anang na ay ano ba nga mechanism that would ensure nga mag increase og temperature, no. So ang katong feeling nimo nga kanang kahiun ka kay it's because kanang ang atoang that's one of the mechanisms of our body to maintain heat, no, inside, no. So ang katong pag ano is kanang natural response na siya sa atong body. It's still part of maintaining homeostasis. Okay? So, okay. Dani na po din ta sa ano, what if ang may tabo kay init kaayo? What will happen to, I don't know if na-answer ba na po, Dran. Okay na?
Yes sir, okay na.
Okay.
So para gid sir, so normal gid di ay nga
Yes, it's a normal response.
accidentally ra ka makaihi sa swimming pool lugar sir. Kay
No, it's a
response sa
normal
lawas.
response.
Ah,
It's just a
okay, sir.
normal
Thank you sir.
response. Okay, nabala ka si Dran ani, no. Okay, let's have this next scenario. What katawagin si Dulce. Okay, what about ano? What if the situation is this? Kanang init kayo ang environment. Like say for example ana o katong last summer, no, last year nga katong for a span of few months, no, nga init kayo. Unsa kay expected response atong body adto in terms with respect to the ascension and I mean ano kanang to the ascension and ano kana pag-descend sa tuwang testicle pag-descend sa testicle sa lalaki. What do you think will happen if init pug kaayo? Musaka pa ba gyapon or will the testicles will continue to seek refuge in the internal one, or maybe another situation will happen? Let's have Fedis raise man og hands to
Ay,
Fedis.
sir, kanang
Mm,
wala ko na-expect na about sa testicles, di about sa body lang gid mismo.
oo.
But I think, sir, if init magud kaayo, aside sa sweating, ang mahitabo po din sa tong lawas is atong blood vessels kay mag-widen po din bitaw
Mhm.
siya, sir.
Very good.
Para mas dali ang pag-agi sa kuan sa dugo. And then mo
Mm,
po din siguro na ang reason nga kuan magtaas po din atong blood pressure, I think.
mm. And then also mapapunang explanation nga nang mamula mo usually pagka ng init, no? Kay mag-ano mo god mag-dilate ang blood vessels, no? In order to ako mo ang blood flow ba kay actually kanang blood flow po nato class kay isa po siyang end function na is to maintain our body temperature, no. Now with respect to the testicles, no, expectedly pag init ang temperature, init ang outside environment tungod kay mo init po ang atong internal body kay mo nang ang reason nga nung ang atuwang ang testicles sa lalaki is it will descend, no, it will descend, no, magbitay in other words, no. Okay, so that's a very good example of negative feedback, no. Actually even gani on the other hand, no, dapat tayo gitawag nga positive feedback. Ang pinaka common example na is kung mga anak ang mama, no. So kung ang mother nga mga anak is ano man good expectedly mag-contract naman gyud mga uterine contractions, no. So kaning uterine contractions will be triggered more because of the baby that is about to come out, no. Opposite ang yang effect sa negative feedback. Iyahang i-trigger wala ni naka-off si Miss Ibonia sa yang ano. Miss Ibonia, can you turn off your microphone?
Sorry sir, natulog ka na sa'yo.
Okay. Sige. Now, balik ta ha. So, again, ang positive feedback, ang yung work is baliktad. It's the opposite sa ano, uh, opposite ang effect niya sa negative feedback. So, imbes nga i-keep in balance, i-push pa niya further, no? So, one example is ang birth sa baby, no? Kanang pag-give of birth, no? Kay, imbes nga i-close or i-constrict ang kaning uterus, no? Baliktad ang effect. I-dilate niya ang i-dilate niya ang cervix, ang kaning uterus, it will continue to contract in order to push the fetus outside the mother's body, no, outside the mother's uterus, no, and of course, no, mo na ang mechanism no pagpanganak sa mama. So na yung mga certain hormones na particularly oxytocin that induces the contractions and of course the dilation of the cervix. So muna ang another example sa positive feedback. Muna siya ang atong example sa positive feedback. Okay? Okay. Now before we continue to the language of anatomy, allow me to share this video from the Amoeba Sisters. So let me just open this one. Okay. Dahil lang ka sa sige. Okay. Sige, let's have this one. For sure kani most of you are familiar with this one kay ganahan man mo ani nga ganahan mo aning nga YouTube channel, no, kani sa Amoeba Sisters. It's a very simple explanation as to the differences between positive feedback and negative feedback. Sige, let's have this one. Allow me to share my screen. Okay, can you see the screen now, class?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ako lang balik ka. Okay. Just to make sure lang. Okay, I guess makita naman siya, no? Okay, let's continue. Let's proceed rather.
Did you know just sitting here right now, you're doing something absolutely remarkable? Well, your cells, tissues, organ systems, yes, we just leveled up those biological levels of organization, they're all working towards something called homeostasis. It's a state of balance. Yes, homeostasis means many things in your body. For example, that your blood stays within a certain pH level range. It means that your blood glucose remains within a certain range. It means your internal body temperature stays within a certain range. See, we've mentioned the major body systems before and that they work together. And today we're going to talk about how they work together using something called positive and negative feedback, and also how this relates to homeostasis. So many years ago, I had a pet bearded dragon. Her name was Debbie, and she was the best lizard ever. Debbie used to sit on our couch with me when I'd watch TV, and she loved to have her chin scratched. I even got her a bearded dragon leash so I could take her outside. Yeah, they make those. Anyway, Debbie loved her heat lamp. She would sit under the heat lamp on her rock, and when she got too hot, she would get off her rock and out of the heat lamp range and go somewhere else. She had a huge enclosure too because I wanted Debbie to be a happy lizard so she could find an ideal temperature. Well, why all this talk about Debbie? Well, Debbie is an example of an animal that some people refer to as cold-blooded, or a fancier term, ectotherm. We actually like the fancier term a bit better, though, because her blood isn't necessarily cold. Her body temperature can fluctuate with the environment. But not you. You are warm-blooded, or the fancier term, an endotherm. Your body works hard to keep the internal temperature it keeps. It's also a beautiful example of something called negative feedback. Before we define it, let us show you this example. Say you're in an environment that is very hot, like being outside in the Texas summer heat. That's typically hot. Thanks to nerves which can act as sensors, the brain notices this. It will send signals to counteract this variable. Sweat glands do what they do best, sweat. Heat is lost as that sweat evaporates off your skin. You may have some redness too. That's because your blood vessels are getting wider, dilating, in order to help get rid of that heat. And the result, whether you realize it or not, helps you lower your body temperature. But wait, what if you go inside now and the AC is blasting? You'll stop sweating. You may even shiver. The muscle contractions of shivering can generate heat. And those blood vessels will now decrease in diameter size, constrict, to help you conserve the heat because that makes it harder for the heat to escape. Your body temperature can increase then. This is negative feedback. So, a simplified definition, negative feedback is when some variable triggers a counteracting response in order to come back to some set point. If we consider that this whole thing is actually a negative feedback loop, we can see that the negative feedback brings the body back to the set point, which in this case is a stable temperature, keeping homeostasis. Negative feedback is also going on in the regulation of your glucose, your blood sugar. Okay, we're really simplifying this here, as we often do. But when glucose, blood sugar, is too high, one hormone that is released is insulin. I always imagine insulin as this hormone that makes the cells say, feed me, because it has the ability to make cells take in glucose. On the flip side, if glucose is too low in the blood, a hormone called glucagon can be released. This hormone can have many effects, and one of them is that it can cause the liver to release glucose into the blood. There's more to the regulation of blood sugar than this, but you can see how this is negative feedback. You have counteracting responses here in order to keep homeostasis. So, what about positive feedback? Positive feedback is when, instead of getting a counteracting response to some variable, you instead intensify the variable. Positive feedback can be like more, instead of let's counteract this. The example that always stuck with me when I was a student is the example about the human baby being born. In biology classrooms everywhere, it's a classic example. When a human baby is ready to be born, there is pressure on the cervix, and that pressure and the hormones involved cause contractions of the uterus, because that's a big part about how the baby is going to be born. More release of hormones will equal more contractions and pressure, which will cause more release of hormones, and more release of hormones will mean more contractions and pressure. Contractions help get the baby out, but it's also a part of a beautiful illustration of what positive feedback can do. So, why do we care about feedback? Other than, the importance of negative feedback in maintaining homeostasis and the role of positive feedback in many body processes. Well, we also need to understand feedback so we can understand what is happening when there is a problem in the feedback systems. One example, perhaps you've heard of type 1 diabetes. It's a disorder that can mean that your pancreas, which is an organ that is involved with making some hormones like insulin, is not working correctly. Insulin is not produced, and because of that, one issue is that you're not going to be able to get glucose, the blood sugar, into your cells. Now, glucose outside of the cells cannot be used in cellular respiration. The cells need to take the glucose in to make ATP energy in cellular respiration. Therefore, your cells need to be able to take in the glucose to survive. So many type 1 diabetics need to give themselves insulin and monitor their blood sugar because the negative feedback may not work as it should. Well, that's it for the Amoeba Sisters, and we remind you to stay curious.
Right, so basically that's the illustration of basically a video explainer or a summary of how homeostasis works in our body. Okay, so this time let's continue to the different anatomical terms, no? So din na din ta sa ano kaning medyo daghan gid tagi familiar sa part, no? So allow me to share my screen once more. Okay. Can you see the screen now, class? Kita ng
Yes.
screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's continue. Sige. So let's go now to the orientation and directional terms. It is the language of anatomy and physiology, no? Or basically kani anatomy lang sa ni, no? Okay, so we have to know the contrasting terms, no? So example, um superior and inferior. So when you say superior, it's the head, pertaining to the head or the upper part of the body, no? So an example here, the forehead is superior to the nose. Why is it directional term gud siya, no? So meaning ang forehead ako no is nasa taas sa ilong. So the forehead is superior to the nose. Next, we have inferior. So away from the head or toward the lower part, the structure of the body below. So an example, the navel o ang inyong pusod is inferior to the breastbone, no? So ang inyong breastbone is kung breastbone po datong reference, the breastbone is inferior, the breastbone rather is superior to the navel, no? So meaning ang breastbone ako no kay nasa taas sa navel. Okay. Let's have an examples. Difference lang sa superior and inferior. Sige. Okay. The eyes are blank to the neck. The eyes are blank to the neck. Okay, anyone?
Superior, sir.
It's
Superior,
superior.
sir.
Okay, just to complete the sentence. Sige, Fridays, kay since you were the one who gave the answer. Um, kindly complete the sentence.
The